Hello friends, good morning. How are you all? Today we are going to start Bihar book standard 9 NCERT syllabus lesson number 3, The Little Girl. Now I welcome you back. Before starting the lesson, welcome to my channel Easy English Explanation by Pooja Joshi. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done yet, and it's so good to see you back again. This is a good medium of communication. At least we have to be satisfied by meeting each other in this way. So let's start. But first of all, tell me, how do you feel about your parents? You love them so much, but sometimes you feel that they are quite strict with you. They tell you one thing again and again. They give you some sort of lectures which you won't be liking. They explain to you. They may scold you. Sometimes you feel that they are very harsh with you. They want you to be disciplined. But believe my words, they love you too. They love you very much, as well as your siblings, your brothers and sisters. But they are harsh because of few reasons. So here also there is a story of little girl, the little girl. After going through the story, you will understand that why your parents are strict with you. And you should not feel bad if they scold you, want to be disciplined or be harsh with you. That time, understand them, cooperate with them, and just love and respect your parents. So before you read, let me start it. Do you feel you know your parents better now than when you were much younger? Perhaps you now understand the reasons for some of their actions that used to upset you earlier. Sometimes you are upset because your parents scold you, beat you maybe, because they want you to be perfect, they want you to be engaged in proper activities. Sometimes the parents themselves, they are irritated, tired, or feeling any depression because of any problems or anything, but you just cooperate with your parents. The story about a little girl whose feelings for her father changed from fear to understanding will probably find an echo in every home. This type of stories you will find in each and every home. They will be more or less similar. You also have felt about your parents in this manner. So let's start. To the little girl, he was a figure to be feared and avoided. Every morning before going to work, he came into her room and gave her a casual kiss, to which she responded with "Goodbye, father." And oh, there was a glad sense of relief when she heard the noise of the carriage growing fainter and fainter down the long road. So here there was a little girl, and he here is the little girl's father. He is a father here. He was a figure which she feared. She was scared. She was afraid of her father. Just what she did, she wanted, and she always tried to avoid her father. She did not like to come in contact or before her father. That we will know the reasons later on. Every morning before going to work, the father came into her room. Still, the name is not mentioned here, but I would like to tell you the little girl's name was Kezia. Kezia's room, and gave her a casual, a normal, a regular kiss. The father gave the regular kiss to her daughter as a sign, a sort of love, and she gave the answer. She responded, means she gave answer with a goodbye. and oh, there was a glad sense of relief. Just as she wished goodbye, and she felt sense of relief because her father was leaving for office. When she heard that noise of carriage growing fainter and fainter down the long road, as her father went to office in a carriage in those days, then the voice of the carriage was lesser and lesser. Then she felt a sense of relief. Now there is no father in the house. By the time being, I will feel relaxed. So she felt very good, which she should not feel without her father. But how, why, we will learn all things ahead. In the evening, when he came back home, she stood near the staircase and heard his loud voice in the hall. Bring my tea into the drawing room. Hasn't the paper come yet? Mother, go and see if my paper's out there, and bring me my slippers. So he said, in the evening when he came home, that's Kezia, was just standing near the staircase, and she only heard the father's voice in the hall. And when the father came, he at once started to give orders. That is, he will ask to bring the tea, he will ask to bring the paper, he will ask to bring the slippers, and like that. Bring my tea into the drawing room. Hasn't the paper come yet? He would also ask the mother to just go and see if my paper's out there, and bring me my slippers. He wanted to wear the slippers which he may be using at home. She wanted that slippers to be brought. So Kezia was very scared, and she just was standing near the staircase to hear his father's voice, loud voice. Kezia, mother would call to her, if you are a good girl, you can come down and take off father's boots. Slowly the girl would slip down the stairs, more slowly still across the hall, and push open the drawing room door. Then Kezia's mother would call her, Kezia, if you are a good girl, then you can come down. Means you should come down and help me with the father's things and his orders. So you should come down and you should take off your father's boots. He must be like very tired, so you remove father's boots. But as she was very scared, so she came slipping down the stairs, more slowly, still slower, means across the hall, and push open the drawing room door to come there to the drawing room where her father was sitting. So here see the meaning of slip down. Slip down meaning is come down quietly and unwillingly. Means she was not ready to come. You all know by this time that why she was not ready to come. By that time he had his spectacles on and looked at her over them in a way that was terrifying to the little girl. His father had spectacles on his eyes, maybe for reading he used to wear spectacles, and he looked down in such a way to Kezia. He looked at Kezia in such a way that it was very disturbing, that is terrifying. She was very scared. In a way that father looked at her, she became very scared. Well, Kezia, hurry up and pull off these boots and take them outside. Have you been a good girl today? Kezia's father asked her that, okay, hurry up, just do it quickly and pull off my boots and take them outside. That is, keep them outside at a proper place, maybe in shoe rack or something. So now today, have you behaved nicely? Were you a good girl today? How was your behavior today? She said, I don't know, father. Means I don't know whether I have behaved nicely, or according to you what was my behavior, means I will not be able to tell you. I don't know. She was so scared that she was not able to tell his father even that yes father, I was a decent child today. My behavior was proper. You don't know? If you stutter like that, mother will have to take you to the doctor. So, if you stutter like this, mother will have to take you to the doctor. If you stutter meaning, I will show you the word stutter meaning I will show you right now. Stutter means to have difficulty in speaking. That is, you are keeping on repeating the first sound of the word. Like for example, in Hindi it is told haklana. Maybe you have seen in some of the movies and all. Like we are repeating one word. We are very afraid to speak. That time we are stuttering. Or sometimes it's an difficulty. Biological difficulty we are having. Like we are speaking again and again like same word, don't know, like she is telling don't know. She is not able to speak don't at a one stretch, one go. Okay, mother will take you to doctor if you go on stuttering like this. Paragraph number 3, she never stuttered with other people, had quite given it up, but only with father, because then she was trying so hard to say the words properly. What's the matter? What are you looking so wretched about? Mother, I wish you taught this child not to appear on the brink of suicide. Here, Kezia, carry my teacup back to the table carefully. He was so big, his hands and his neck, especially his mouth, when he yawned. Thinking about him alone was like thinking about a giant. See, with other people, she was never stuttering. At least now she had given it up. Means maybe when she was younger than she is now, she may be stuttering. But now she had given it up. She had almost stopped stuttering, but with other people. But only with father, she was still stuttering. She was trying so hard to say the words properly, but even then, she was not able to speak properly in front of her father. Her father asked her, why are you looking so wretched? As if everything is lost. You are looking so sad and unhappy. Here, wretched word. Wretched means looking so dull and like sad, and she is having nothing in this world, lost everything. Mother, I wish you should have taught your child Kezia. The father asked that mother, you should have taught child Kezia to appear happy and a proper child, not to appear on the brink of suicide. Brink of suicide means on the brink of suicide. Here we can see the meaning. On the brink of suicide means about to commit suicide. Just as she will kill herself. Kezia will kill herself. She is at the end of the world, like she is feeling so unhappy that she will commit suicide. She will kill herself. Here, Kezia, carry my teacup back to the table carefully. Now take my teacup to the table carefully. He looked so big to Kezia, like a giant he seemed, because he was so big in height and body. Maybe his hands and his neck appeared very big to Kezia, especially his mouth when he yawned, when he was feeling sleepy and when he was yawning. Thinking about him alone was like thinking about a giant. Kezia felt that his father was like a giant, one sort of demonly feeling, and having so big hands and neck, and especially the mouth, which he felt was very, very big. Paragraph number 4. On Sunday afternoons, grandmother sent her down to the drawing room to have a nice talk with father and mother. But the little girl always found mother reading and father stretched out on the sofa, his handkerchief on his face, his feet on one of the best cushions, sleeping soundly and snoring. What was the Sunday routine of her father? Sunday routine of her father and mother were like that father was stretched. Totally, he gave relaxation out of the weekday's work. He stretched down on the sofa, as you can see in the picture here below. He is nicely sleeping on the sofa, and below his feet there is one of his best cushions. He kept one small pillow, that is cushion, below his feet. He was sleeping soundly, means very beautifully, and he was in deep sound sleep, and snoring means naskora in Gujarati, as we tell, that is making different kinds of noises unknowingly or unintentionally while sleeping. There are different kinds of big and small noises made from the nose and mouth, that is snoring. Here the snoring word is there, as you can see. And mother was totally lost in reading something, and her grandmother sent her that you go and talk with father and mother, so you will be more in more contact, you will develop a good relation and rapport with your father and mother, and you are scared by your father, so that thing will go on completely diminishing, or that thing will vanish when you will develop good relations with your father and mother. A nice talk is the best way to solve differences with anybody, anywhere and anytime. So now she sat on stool, gravely watched him until he woke and stretched and asked the time, then looked at her. Don't stare so, Kezia. You look like a little brown owl. One day she was kept indoors with a cold. Her grandmother told that father's birthday was next week and suggested that she should make him a pincushion for a gift out of a beautiful piece of yellow silk. As she saw that father was sleeping and mother was also busy reading, she simply sat on a stool. Stool is a small table. Gravely means sadly she watched them, both of them, and until her father woke up. And after waking up, he stretched his body. Then he asked the time and then looked at Kezia. Don't stare so means don't look at me continuously. Kezia, don't look like that. The continuously watching somebody, that is stare means to continuously look at one thing or one person. Like you look like a little brown owl. When you are continuously staring me, you are looking like a little brown owl. One day when she was kept indoors, she was not sent to school. She was in her home itself and she was having a cold. So her grandmother suggested she had one very good idea, that your father's birthday was approaching. Your father's birthday will be celebrated the next week. So the grandmother gave idea to Kezia that you should make a pin cushion to present as a gift. And she gave a beautiful piece of yellow silk to Kezia, that out of this beautiful yellow silk you make a pin cushion. Let me show you the pin cushion. It's a small piece of, like small pillow you can say, which is very beautifully decorated and maybe embroidered. And this type of pretty pin cushion grandmother told Kezia to make for her father's birthday. Paragraph number 5. Laboriously with a double cotton, the little girl stitched 3 sides. She used too much of cotton to fill inside, and she used that yellow piece of silk laboriously. Laboriously means, see here, the meaning of laboriously, with a lot of difficulty and efforts she put on the small little girl. She made pin cushion for her father. The little girl stitched 3 sides, but what to fill it with? Now she wanted something to fill for the 4th side. That was the question. The grandmother was out in the garden, and she wandered into mother's bedroom to look for scraps. On the bed table, she discovered a great many sheets of fine paper, gathered them up, tore them into tiny pieces and stuffed her case, then sewed up the 4th side. What she did, she made 3 sides stitch, they filled with double cotton, but she was having lack of stuff to put inside the pin cushion. That was the question. What to do? Where to search? A grandmother was not there right now with her, but she was there outside in the garden. Maybe she didn't want to disturb the old grandmother. She wandered. She just roamed into mother's bedroom. She wanted to look for some scraps. Scraps here you can see. Scraps. Yes. Scraps, you can see here, scraps meaning small pieces of cloth or paper that are not needed, means they are not required at that time. So there may be some rough things to fill inside, some rough cloth or papers. On the bed table, near the bed there is one table, then on that table she was able to discover, means she was able to find out that very many sheets of fine paper were there, which she liked for the stuffing, and she decided to use that. So she took all the paper and she tore them into tiny pieces with great efforts she did for her father's birthday, and she filled the case. Case means that cushion filling. Then she sewed up the 4th side and she made her pin cushion complete. That night there was a hue and cry in the house. Father's great speech for the Port Authority had been lost. Rooms were searched. Servants questioned. Finally, mother came into Kezia's room. Kezia, I suppose you didn't see some papers on a table in our room? Oh yes, she said. I tore them up for my surprise. What? Screamed mother. Come straight down to the dining room this instant. That night there was a hue and cry. We will see here the meaning of hue and cry. Hue and cry means angry protest. There were lots of noise and screaming in search of something in that house that night. Father's great speech for the Port Authority. Her father had prepared speech to present to deliver at the Port Authority had been lost. Her father, some important papers had been lost. Rooms were searched for it. There was a thorough search in the whole house, but servants were also questioned that have you seen any papers related to this speech? Finally, mother, by chance, she came to Kezia's room to find out about the papers, that whether Kezia had seen those papers, which were very important to the father. Kezia, mother asked that Kezia, have you seen some papers The papers were lying on the bed table in mother's room, father and mother's room. So Kezia replied immediately in her innocence, "Yes, I have seen. I have tore them up. I have tore them up and I have stuffed with that cushion. I have tore them up for my little surprise." Means I have made one surprise and for that I have used those papers. Mother was suddenly shocked to know that she had torn some important papers of her father. "What?" she screamed. "Immediately you have to come down to the dining room at this moment, this time only. Immediately come to the dining room," the mother said. And she was dragged down to where father was pacing to and fro, hands behind his back. "Well," he said sharply. Mother explained. He stopped and stared at the child. "Did you do that?" No, she whispered. "Mother, go up to her room and fetch down the damn thing. And see that the child's put to bed this instant." Okay, so what happened? She was dragged down to where father was moving ahead and back. Her hands, father's hands were behind his back. He had put the hands behind and just he was walking angrily here and there, up and down the room he was walking. She was literally dragged down by mother to the room. Well, father asked to the mother and mother explained the detail. That is, Kezia had torn his important papers, his speech which was to be delivered at the port authority. His pages were torn. He just stopped and he stared at the child. He looked at the child Kezia angrily and asked her once again that, "Did you do that?" She just whispered. She spoke in a very slow murmuring voice, No. Then father asked that, "Mother, go up to her room and fetch down whatever little stupid surprise she had made. Bring that thing and see that Kezia is immediately put to sleep. Immediately put this child to sleep and bring that damn thing down which she had made by tearing my important papers." So with this we end the first session and first video of third number lesson in Beehive book standard 9, The Little Girl. So stay safe, stay healthy. Don't forget to wear mask in public. As you are with 2 or more people, that time you have to be very careful in putting on your mask. That don't be feeling shy to put on the mask. Wash your hands off and on. Make this a habit. See you again in the next video. Bye bye.